One is this. If someone ever says like this to you in Germany, it doesn't necessarily mean good or bad, good. It's just one. One. If they're trying to really emphasize this to you. One. Or two. Two. I'm not actually sure if it's officially like this or like this. Or even like this. Hi there, and welcome back to ULMX, Universal Language Media Exchange. Today we're talking about a few things that look different in Germany. Pictures, body language, and handwriting. German 7. That's the German 7. How about that bell? So I'm going to use this. Actually, I don't think it's going to work, but I'm going to draw a couple of things on the iPad here. The Apple Pencil, what a useless tool. It's never charged when you actually need it. And you charge it so stupidly. 0%. Thank you. For those of you guys who don't know, ULMX is a software for learning languages, especially improving your speech ability. So if you want to go to a country on vacation, this is the kind of skill you really need. And it's also the kind of skill that really embeds everything that you've learned and activates it and makes it really internalized. If you've learned it in the classroom, but you can't speak it, you have that last step. And that's what ULMX is for. The development is taking up a lot of our time, which is why there have been less videos lately. Even though we just hit 1,000 subscribers. Thank you guys for that, by the way. Let's jump into it. The number 7, German 7. That's the German 7. For the Germans who don't know, the English or American 7 is similar. It's just this. Although I think it's more like a straight. Now, why do they do that differently? Is there a reason for it? I can actually remember my Spanish teacher wrote her 7s with the little line. And I think, if I recall correctly, she also did the Z with the line. In German, there is a reason for it. I'm not sure if she had a reason, but it's because 1 looks like this. 1 isn't just a straight line. It's got that top hat thing on it. So if you're scribbling your numbers, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, how do you really distinguish it? That 7 and the 1? It's pretty similar. So the distinction is a lot of people's 1s actually look like that, where that with this side actually comes down lower. And then it's really clear which is the 7, which is the 1 with the line through it. The next thing I wanted to mention was, how do you count with your fingers? A lot of us may have seen in movies that the German 3 is like this, while the American 3 is like this, or maybe even the British. But it's not just the 3. In fact, it's all the numbers except for 5, which there's really no other way to display this with one hand. But all the way up to 5, it's different. Whereas in America, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See if I can do it at the same time. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It's weird to try and do it at the same time with the 2 separate hands. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's how you display those numbers with your fingers. So 2 is this, 1 is this. If someone ever says like this to you in Germany, it doesn't necessarily mean good or bad, good. It's just 1. 1. If they're trying to really emphasize this to you. 1 or 2. 2. I'm not actually sure if it's officially like this or like this or even like this. But in English it would be like this. 2. You wouldn't do this. Well, you could. Doesn't really matter actually. Some people do 3 like this, it is maybe a little bit more comfortable, like with your joints. Like doing 3 this way or this way, this is actually a little bit more ergonomic, I think, as you can see by me doing this. Or is this a little bit more uncomfortable? This is a little better. I think this is much more comfortable for 4 though than, what's the German one again? This. Like it's kind of hard to just hold your pinky down. It pulls this other finger down and then you're at kind of 3.5. I do like this 3. It's a practical way of doing 3. I like the 1 is kind of a thumbs up, but I do think 4 is a little bit harder, like on your joints. Doesn't matter though. All right, and I want to show you one other thing here with the iPad. Although because my Apple Pencil doesn't work, who knows if I'll actually be able to draw it. It's usually red. You get, oh, it's black. Moment mal, 1 second. Red isn't really serious enough. I need a darker red. In Germany, this means no. Don't do it. This red circle in Germany is equivalent to this in America. I don't even know what this is called. Like, you might have like a no smoking thing. Oh, you can't see it. Something like that. But in Germany, it would be like that's kind of like, wait a second. Even though there's no red line through it? Yes. In fact, even though there is no red line through it. Like this red line means everything to Americans. And actually, this alone, this is the sign for do not enter. Do not enter. Round circle. Empty. That's a speed limit sign in Germany. So that means it's not allowed to go over 30. Technically, what this is saying though, logically speaking, is it's technically not allowed to drive 30. So you should really be driving 29. But I don't know. Some people who I drive with tell me you should be driving at least 55 in a 50, which... Oh, that reminds me, one other thing I wanted to mention. I notice this in America. Sometimes if someone's talking about something that's just like crazy, you can't understand it. You just can't accept it as reality almost. It doesn't make any sense to you. You go like this. I think that comes from Germany because people here do that. It's like, yeah, I have no idea what he's thinking. And you do that. You put this, it's this hand gesture like this. And sometimes you just go, it's kind of like subtle. If you're ever wondering what that means, it means, yeah, so that's it for today. A couple of things I wanted to share. Definitely wanted to check in with you guys. I wanted to say, don't worry, I haven't quit YouTube. The reason that fewer videos have been produced in the last couple of weeks is because of focusing on other things. Today, for example, I went to the city and registered the business, ULMX software, plus the development for this next version. We're going to have a platform where we can have multiple languages. You can select the language and download from within the app, which allows you to download the app for free, and you have some free content where you can try it out and test it and see if you like it and stuff, which you will. Yeah, I hope you guys like that. So basically like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's how you do it in German. And then the 7 has a line through it, and the 1 has a tail kind of thing. One other thing I guess I could mention with the numbers, which I didn't mention at the beginning because it's kind of secondary, but interesting nonetheless, is number 9. So if you stuck with me this far, you probably find this interesting too. In English, or whatever, in America, 9 would be, basically they teach you to, actually, if you take the pencil out, you have like a pretty good grip over here. You learn 9 kind of like that. That probably looks ridiculous to you. Is that even, I mean, looks crazy. I haven't done it like this in years, but that was always how I, you know, 1991, 1991. It looks like a weird backwards P. And when I learned like engineering lettering, the 9 is technically one foul swoop. Like that. So 1, 9, 9, 1. It's a bit better, but in Germany, I remember doing it like that, and one of my colleagues was like, yeah, you better change that. No one's going to know what you mean. That one I just had there, they'd be like, no one's going to recognize that as a 9. Because I was already doing the ones like this, so, you know, that's clear. But they would have been like, no. I was basically always trying to do the, you know, 6 like that and 9 the other way around like that. But the way the Germans wanted to see it was like this, which is actually better, technically. If you look at your number pad, like if you go to type in your number on your phone right now, that 9's gonna look more like this than the last version. I guess I can't pull it back up, but oh, hey, get an American one, and this would be the German one. For those of you guys who are interested in typography and stuff. So the 1, the 7, and the 9. And have a nice curvature on that 9. I added this, I think, myself. I'm pretty sure no one does that with the 7. Anyway, yeah, that's it for today. Hope you guys like these funny little differences. Hopefully we get at least 1,000 views on this video. No one seemed to care much about the best speaking training in the world, which is reading out loud. In my last video, got like 200 views. Honestly, am I disappointed in myself for that? No, I'm disappointed in you guys. Although I'm willing to let it go. Peace.